Yeah, I just want to say this is a huge week, and I'm probably going to say this every single week when you guys come out here from here on out because we have two really, really good opponents this week, and I'm so glad that Florida State agrees to come up here. We've done this little rivalry for about 4 or 5 years, and we're going there next year for a tournament, so we're going to continue that. And I'm pleased that they're allowed to come up here in a midweek game. So it's a great rivalry, great team, big respect for the coaching staff there. And then, head to College Station Thursday, and they're number one or number two in the RPI and in the top 10. So 4 games against two really, really good teams, and we are going to have to bring all 3 phases of the game, which we have not: pitching, defense, and hitting.
Now, Coach, over the weekend, I believe it was the first game, you guys went 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position, and the third game you went 2 for 12. So, what do you think the team has to do in order to bring the runners home more consistently?
Well, get the hit,
Yeah,
but easier said than done, right? And you said there was 23 opportunities.
Mhm.
And I think one of the toughest things to do in high-level softball is to get that key hit.
Mhm.
You've seen it before where you run rule somebody the first game, you play a doubleheader, and then you lose 1-0,
Mhm.
and it just goes like this. It's a roller coaster ride. Um, but you got to get a good pitch to begin with, and I think a couple of times, especially Sunday, we kind of swang out of the zone too much. Um, and obviously, when you have 2 outs, and a lot of times it is 2 outs with a runner in scoring position, that pitcher is like buckling down like you wouldn't believe. So the batter has to as well. But the best thing about it is we're getting people on base. We're not getting shut out. We have opportunities. Sunday we had the tying run to the plate 9 times, and didn't get it done.
Coach, you talked about at the end of that last game during the Mississippi State series, giving away 6 walks and 3 errors. What's the kind of look at practice to kind of eliminate those mistakes going into this week?
I know, and it's almost to a point where you don't want to overemphasize it because then you're going to have too many socks in the top drawer, and they're going to be thinking about it constantly, just like a hitter who's in a slump. You can do the same thing pitching and defense as you do offense. So I have to be careful as a coach how far I go with it. So today is going to be a very fundamental practice, fielding, hitting, everything. Go back to the basics a little bit and not really talk about it, just do it. And do all the drills that maybe we did in September and October during fall ball. And hopefully just clean up here or there. If we can get rid of one walk a game and 1 error a game, we'd probably have half as many losses this year. Just one. We're not eliminating 6. We're eliminating one of those, and we'd have a better outcome.
Coach, what is a game where you step back out of conference play, take a team like top 10 team in Florida State? What does that do sort of for the confidence of the team and sort of like the experience you get of
Well, after the game on Sunday, I said, I'm glad we're playing a top 10 team. I'd much rather play a top 10 team in a midweek than somebody that's 250 in the RPI. We're going to know a lot more about ourselves. We're going to see better pitching. Obviously, we're going to see a lot of really good hitters. They're very athletic. They got a couple of girls that really run. So all the way around, it's basically going to be a preview of Texas A&M, and we're at home. So why not take advantage of a really good crowd and upset somebody? You're at home. You might as well do it, right? You get to bat last. So why not?
Coach, still pretty early in the season. What are some strengths you're seeing from this team so far?
I think first thing is the grit, the resiliency, because Friday we played the first game. We had 20 minutes to recover. They come back out and we win 7-4. Very resilient, gritty. And then the other thing, and I've tried to preach it, I was kind of bad at it Sunday, but when you play big time college athletics, and this is every sport, gymnastics could write the book on them. On this, you have to have a short-term memory. Because if you dwell, if somebody falls off the beam and the next 4 ladies are sitting there thinking about that, it's not going to be a good outcome. So whatever happens, happens. So what, now what? Go on to the next pitch, whatever it is.
What are the biggest points of emphasis against taking a team like Texas A&M this weekend, 4-2 in conference play? What do you see from them?
Well, number one, we got to get a good start from a pitcher out of the 3 games. Whoever starts has to give us a chance to win. 2, we got to play really good team defense. We can't give up 24 outs. We got to give them 21, and that's it. And then 3, we've already talked about it, but getting the key hit. bases loaded, second and third, whatever it might be, we need to get the key hit.